what we're doing today, this is our part 2 in our junk journal series, and we are going to be working on our signatures and making some ephemera for our junk journal. I'm so excited. Now, if you missed part 1, we made this book, and I love how it turned out. So simple to do. And I will link that video in the description box if you're interested. Now, this one I'm pretty sure is going to be a 2-signature junk journal. And I had some questions about what signatures actually are. And before I started doing junk journals, I didn't know either. Basically, they're just pages of paper that you put in your journal. And they're full length, and you usually put 7 pages. That way, when you fold them, you have 14 pieces per signature, okay? But you can use scraps in your signatures, whatever you want. This is just a Tim Holtz inspired junk journal, so I'm using that and some coffee dyed paper. Now, to save time, I went ahead and cut this signature and rounded the corners. And I haven't done this one yet. I mean, they're cut, but I haven't rounded the corners or folded them. But basically, I just went through there and found out what I wanted in my junk journal. Like I said, I put some coffee dyed paper in there. And then I just folded it. So this is our first signature. I think it's going to be so pretty. All right. And then we won't sew them in today. I'm going to do all my decorating and then sew them in. But see, they will fit in our book just like this. All right. So that is how we're going to do that. Okay. So what I did was I figured out how big my book was. Okay. And I wanted, the pages have to be a little smaller than your book, because when you put them in there, you don't want them sticking out over the edges. They may get ruined or damaged, and you don't want that, all right? Okay, my book is actually, once you open it up, it's 10 and around 5/8 by 7. Let me make sure. Let me look by the 7. No, it is 6 and 1/8 wide, and then let's see, 10, and I think that's 3/8 this way. Okay, so I wanted to make mine a little smaller, like I said, and I had to make sure that when I rounded the edges, I wouldn't think they were too small. So I cut mine at 8 and a little over 8.5, just a little bit over 8.5 wide by 6 and 1/16 tall, okay? And I just stack them in here like I thought I would want them when you would flip through them. This is so simple. And that's all I did. So now, once you get them all cut down to size, you're just going to take your little paper corner rounder. This is so easy. And like I've said before, very relaxing. It really is. Now, I don't know if this will actually go in there or if it'll just bounce. Well, kind of went in there. But it's very relaxing and fun to do, I think. And you can just let your creative juices flow. And then that's what you get, okay? So that's it. So I'm going to flip it over, and I'm just going to continue doing this. So I know you know what I'm doing. So I think I'm going to speed through this part, because I don't think you really want to watch me round my edges. And then we'll come back and we'll start folding these. Okay, as you can see, that's real easy to do. Now I'm going to make sure that I have everything the way that I wanted it to be, because I may have flipped it around, and I did. Let's see. All right, So we have that. So all you need to do now is just get your bone folder. You could score it if you want. And I'm just going to fold it in half. Excuse me. I was eating some hip peas and hummus. I love hip peas. And drinking a Coke. So, okay. And then that is our first part of our signature. I think that is so pretty. See, it's going to be just like that. All right. Sometimes I get turned around. But just make sure you get it. I kind of lightly fold it until I make sure that I'm right. And then I just crease it with my bone folder. So here this is. I'm going to make sure. I feel like that is upside down. It is. It was. Okay. Oh, did I turn it upside down again? Maybe I just had that. Okay. So it'll be like this. Then like this. Then like this, then like this. I think this is going to be so cute. Then like this, then like this, then like this, okay? So I'm loving that. So now we have our 2 signatures. So when I put them in the book, I think this book could have held 3 signatures, to be honest. It definitely could have held 3. So you can do 3 if you want. I think I'm only going to do 2. But it could hold 3, all right? So now what I want to do is just start. Now I haven't figured out what I want to do on these inside covers. I'm pretty sure that I want to put pockets, but I'm not going to do that today. What I want to do, and this one is going to be my first signature, and this is going to be my second signature, okay? So what I want to do is I want to use some scraps, and there's all kinds of junk mail laying around with like these folders, and I want to use these, okay? So I just took one, and I should have showed you how I did it, but it's really simple. I'll start showing after this one, but all you do is you find a window that's wide enough, and I could have used that, but it didn't have this little film on it, and it wasn't wide enough. You just cut it where you want it to give you some room around it, and then you just take this front part totally off. And I think I could have really trimmed this side down more. I don't know, we'll see. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it, I wanted to find something that I wanted to put in the window. And I think I'm going to put this, let me see where I want to put this. You can really get your creative juices flowing. Oh, I know what I'm going to do with this. Okay. All right. We'll make this first, but it's going to go in something else. I don't know where my mind is. Okay, so let me get my pencil. And I'm just going to, you can measure it if you want, but I'm just going to do this. And as you can see, I really didn't get mine trimmed around really perfectly. You probably want to do that. And you want it to come out a little further so you can glue it down. Wonder if I left my side. Yeah, I did. Okay, and then I'm just going to take, I guess, well, I think I'm just going to take my shears. I wonder if I'll straight. Now, I will tell you, these Tim Holtz shears, oh my gosh, they are wonderful. I love them. They're so comfortable, and they are so sharp. So I love that I purchased those. And we'll just see how straight I can get this. Not too bad, I don't think. And then we'll just cut right up through here. Basically right along that little edge, I think. But they make cutting a dream. Oh, especially with my fingers. All right. Now, then I want to cut, because I don't need all of that. Let's see. I want to make sure I get it in there like I really wanted. I could have cut over. I think I'll get my paper cutter. I think I could go straighter. I love these shears though. They're really good. They were like 14 something, but I love them. If you do any paperwork or even fabric, I think they would be wonderful. Try to make that go straight. And keep your scraps. Okay, and then I really just need to cut that. Well, no. I need to cut some of it off. Right in there because I don't want it hanging out, okay? Now what we are going to do, and you'll see now it's covered on the back, but the side is wonky. So let's see how we want this. I just have to lose some. Let me get it glued down first, okay? Then I'm going to take my, I really am liking this Scotch glue. I really do like it. It seems to be working, but I don't want it in my window, so maybe I will go back to this Fabri-Tac because it works really well, it seems like, too. Now, you don't, when you're gluing this, you don't want to get it near this edge where it can seep out onto that. So we'll just put some right along this edge. And then bring it, make sure I get to the corner. And bring it down through here. Like that. Okay, then I'm going to flip this over. Let's see. And you can see that glue just wipes right up. Okay, and now we have this, but we're not through. Trying to let that glue dry a little bit. I don't want to get it on my good scissors, so I'm going to use these because I definitely don't want to get anything on my good ones. I'm just going to trim right along through there. Probably should have let the glue dry, but I think this is going to be so cute. Okay, and let me get the bottom. Now, as far as around this edge, you can collar it. You could stamp on it if you wanted, and it really probably should be the same size on both sides, but I left this side bigger. But it's totally up to you. So now I think what I'm going to do is take, let me see. I might try to cover, I don't want this to be real busy, but I think a lighter color works well with that. I could take this and try to put it all around. Maybe I could put this down this side. Let's see. You just kind of have to piece it together however you think you might want it. I think I like that. Okay, then maybe we'll come in. So I'm going to go back to my glue. I'm so glad you all are enjoying this because I really am having so much fun. You can tear the edges. Just make sure you keep your glue on this outer part so it doesn't get in that window. And then we're going to put this down right along there. And it gives you, you have a little bit of forgiveness with this, okay? And then I think I'll glue around it, then I'll cut it off. It'll give it some time to dry. Although I could have used, I don't know, I think I will go ahead. And then maybe I can use the rest of that. So I'm going to go back to my older scissors that I really don't care if I get glue all over. Just going to come right down here by where we glued. And you see, there it is. That almost would work. Then I'm going to bring this down this side. I mean, you really can make whatever you want. This is so, I don't know who came up with this idea of junk journals, but I love it. If you really just feel yourself like you're drained and your brain just feels like it can't even think, this is what you need to do. I think we all need a little kind of like downtime to where we can just rest and kind of do almost like a brain dump where you can give your brain time to renew, refresh. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, I'm liking that. And I'm going to go right down through here. I could be on here for hours. I know you all don't have hours, so I'm trying not to make them go hours. Okay, now I got that a little wide there, and I can see where it came in. Okay, we'll save that. Okay, that's what we're getting so far. Now, where's the rest of our pieces that I'm throwing around here like I don't need? All right, do I want that up? No, I think I want this up here. I think it would look better. Matter of fact, I may lose some of that post. Yeah, I think I will. But that's all right. It won't bother me. I'll put this right. Oh no, I don't want to do that. It's not cut straight. Oh, what was I thinking? You have to have relatively straight edges. Like I said, learn from me. You want to make sure your edges are straight, and I didn't do that. So now, but I think I could, if I didn't have glue all over that, I'm going to throw that away. Let's see. And I could have put this down first, which would have made these fold over. I think I would have liked that better. So I just need a straight part. So I think I will do probably that. I'm going to get my paper cutter out because I really have trouble doing straight lines. And that's probably I'll cut it a little wider than I need it. Always trim it down, but you can't add. And it looks better when it's straighter. I'll tell you, that still looks a little... Okay, I think I like that. I tell you, if my chair couldn't squeak, I don't know what it would do. Okay. Oh, our new doors. I think I told you all one time that we were getting new doors for the back. We were getting a new screen door and a new back door. And we ordered them and they took months to come in, but they're finally in. And I'm really glad. And I think that's what we're going to do this weekend, is put them in. So that will be an adventure. But yeah, I got to get that straighter. May take my paper cutter to it. I don't know. If you're like me and you don't do well cutting straight lines on your own, definitely always use your paper cutter. But I think this still is really cute, but I really need to get that straighter. But I don't know what that would do to my paper cutter. I wonder if I could draw a line. Because this side was kind of thick anyway. I wonder if I could lay it down here and maybe get a straight line. Let's see. Well, let's see. And I think I'm going to take my paper cutter and try to do that. We will see. Oh, so much better. Look at that. So much better. I love that. I really like how that turned out. Okay, so we have this done. It's good on all sides. You could further embellish it if you want. I don't know if I will or not. Okay, now what I want to do is make I think I'm going to make a pocket for this to slip down in. No, I don't want to do that one yet. I'm going to make a belly band, okay? Now, there's several ways to make a belly band. You can really do whatever you want. You can take old envelopes if you want to make the belly band with. I'm going to be taking just this manila file folder, okay? And I'm going to get my trimmer again, paper cutter. So, my book, my pages, how big? I don't want it, I don't think, to go all the way. You could put it all the way, but I think I'm going to cut mine off about right here. Just whatever you want. It's going to have to be a little shorter than that, I think. Okay. Paper trimmer is... See, you could even make a flip top journal like this. You can do so much. It's not even funny. Okay, let me check again. Check, check, and recheck. I think I needed it a little smaller. I still didn't get it small enough, I don't think. We will see. I'll go about right here. You could always make another belly band out of that. All right, let's see what I think of. Well, no. I do need it a little bit longer than that. Okay. I want it to be about right here. So I'm just going to take my scissors, cut them, and then I'll straighten it up. Okay. All right, now there's a couple ways you can do a belly band. You can put it all the way around. You can put it here and let it flip up. You'd want to make it much shorter if you did that. But what I'm going to do is turn mine into a tuck. So you can tuck something in on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and just right here where this crease is, I'm going to cut it, okay? And if you're going to be able to see your belly band on both sides, you'd want to cover both sides. You're not going to see mine. So I'm going to use this as the belly band, and I'm going to cover it in this paper. I think this will be so pretty. So, and I want that. So let me just put this right here. Everything is looking so crooked to me. Maybe this other paper is crooked. I don't know. All right. Gonna cut it right here. You don't have to measure. You can draw lines if you want, like I did, or you can measure. It's totally up to you what you do. But I find the paper cutter definitely helps you and save those scraps. Helps you stay straight. Oh, I like that. Okay, now we're going to erase this little mark, and I may put it at the bottom. No, I'm going to leave it up there. I like it better that way. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is glue this right on here. Make sure I get around. But I shouldn't have glued it all the way around. Okay, when you're making your belly band, you really have to pay attention, or at least I do, because you want to make sure that, unless you're not going to do a tuck. I want to do a tuck, a pocket tuck. So I'm going to, I wiped off the glue that I put there, and I hope it won't glue it. And I'm just going to put it right on here and then straighten it up. And keep this open. So you want to glue it on this side, down through here, and up through here. And you want to leave this open, like that. So I want that glued, and that glued, but I want to leave this open, right like that. Okay? Now, if you were just doing a belly band, you wouldn't have to do that, but I wanted to make mine into a tuck, okay? So, now I'm going to take this other one that I did. Let's see. Now, you can either, if you wanted, use this to come out of the tuck, and you wouldn't have to do anything, but I'm not going to use that for that, okay? Now, what you want to do is get something and cut it just a little smaller. So that's really two. Let me see how much room I have in there since I glued it like I did. So I'm going to try to cut it, oh, about here and about there. So we'll cut that off because it has to be shorter so that it will go in there, okay? Then I'm going to take, maybe I'll just take this. No, it's not long enough. So I guess I'll take this, maybe right down through here, and cover this. Now, I'm going to have to cover it front and back. So you could fold it over, but I'm going to cut paper twice. So it's really up to you what you do. Cut right there. And then I'll cut right like that. Okay. And that will be fine, because I can trim off if I didn't get it perfect. Then I'm going to cut the same thing for the next side, but I think I'm going to do this side down here for it. Okay, so now here's our belly band that no one's going to see the back of, and it has its little opening right there, okay, like that. Let's see if this will slide down in here since I made it. It may be too wide. Okay, so yes, I need to cut some of that off. All right, so now we have our stuff. Okay, some is still too long, but that's okay. I can trim it off. And by the time I put distress ink on this, it's going to hide a lot of problems. Okay, so don't worry about that. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my distress ink, and this is Vintage Photo right here. I'm going to take this and I'm going to go around this just in case I didn't get it trimmed quite like I wanted it. It's going to hide a lot of problems. And I love how distressed it makes everything look. But anyway, we're supposed to put those doors in this weekend. So that will be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. We've needed to get those doors put in for a while now. And so now we're going to get them done. And I'm just going around on both sides just to make sure. And you can see how much better I think it looks with the distress ink. I think it, and mine is old, but it's doing very well, I think. And then Melvin's talking about he's wanting to take like maybe a little small day trip around 98, you know, the coast there of Florida. We wouldn't go all the way. It would take forever, but maybe down past Panama City somewhere. We went a long time ago to the Titanic exhibit. If you've never seen that, oh my gosh, it is so good. I think you'd really enjoy it. I don't think it's there anymore, but they had it there for a while. I'm sure it's not there anymore, but you could go and see if you survived, and they had all the artifacts from the Titanic. And then when we were in one Christmas, we all went to Gatlinburg, and they have the Titanic exhibit there. And oh my gosh, it was even better. It was so nice. You could see they had like actual rooms set up and naturally artifacts. And then they had a store, and you could go outside to where, well, it felt like you were outside on the deck of the Titanic, and they made it really cold there so you could see what it was like. And they had a little iceberg there. It was really nice. We really enjoyed that. That was fun. Okay, now I'm going to ooze, I can see, because I was very heavy-handed with that glue. Okay, I like this. Now I'm going to get my bone folder and kind of make sure that it's really burnished down well. Now I'm going to, am I going around these corners? I don't know. I might try it around these corners. Let's see. Right here. I just like it better. I think it looks so much, more finished if you round your corners, but you won't do like I did, and you won't glue all the way down through there. But you can see I can still open it, okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and glue and round these corners once that dries a little more. I don't want to mess my hole punch up. Now what I want to do is I want to make a little tab for this. So I think I'm going to take, I know this seems like overkill, and it probably is, but I want to make a little spot here. Oh, over here is where I have it opening. Okay. Right in here, and I don't want it to be really big, so I'm going to look. Okay. Okay, and I just put a little tab there, like that. Then I'm going to take this and then make a little small little tab to put around it. I think this is like a 1-inch punch. I think I'll try to get maybe something like that. Pull that out. And then I want to fold it in half. Like that. Okay. Then I'm going to put some of my glue in here. Not a lot, because this stuff seems to really work. And then before it gets real tacky, I'm going to put it right on here and let it stick up a little bit. And then you can pull this out. And if you wanted like a little journaling spot, you could put some coffee dye paper on the back of that so you'd have a place to write. And then I may want to put a little embellishment on this. Maybe like a little butterfly. I don't know what a bird would look like. Oh, maybe just a butterfly. And maybe a ladybug. Can't get it too thick or it might not go back in there. And I'm going to take this Distress ink and go right over this to make it look, and I should have gone over that, but you can see you can flip it over and do it. Okay. Then we'll just stick this maybe right here. But I think that is cute. And you could put, matter of fact, I could have torn off some pages and put something on there. But I keep thinking it's so late, I need to get off of here. I've been on here forever. You could tear up little vellum or whatever you wanted and put on there and put that underneath it. Let's see. And then just put some of this on your vellum. You could put that on there like that. Matter of fact, I could pick him up right now. Put that like that. Stick that on there like that. But I think this is so cute. You could do so much to this. I'll probably embellish this further off camera because I've been on here for so long. And then you can just stick this right down in there like that. And then you can just pull it out. And if you had coffee dye paper or whatever, you could journal on the back of that. If you subscribe and become a member of our family, and if you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you won't miss an upload. And I'm going to sit here and continue to figure out what I want to put on my ephemera. Until next time, bye guys. Okay, I wanted to hop on here real quickly and show you where I put this one. I think it looks so cute on this page. And then you can pull this out, like I said, and I have a little butterfly and a big butterfly. So I'm liking that. It almost looks like it's a big envelope, and which you could do. Now, I don't know yet where I'm going to put this, so I'm not going to rush it. I'm just going to set this aside with the other stuff. But I definitely wanted you to see where I put this.